Hello, we're back, and I am back with my microphone, and I feel very powerful in this moment. I've been seeing a lot of these videos going around lately where people are sharing sort of like the trends that they're not buying into in 2024, almost kind of like another type of influencing video, but I have been really heavily influenced by trends a lot in the past because I think they're really fun and they're something that I really enjoy thrifting and adding into my wardrobe. However, sometimes I find myself buying these like micro trend items and then they sit in my closet, I never use them, I never style them, and then they go back to the thrift store. So I've seen lots of different variations of this type of video. Shout out to my friend Lindsay Rem, who I also saw talk about this video idea on her Instagram stories. If you love fashion content and sustainability and all that kind of stuff, you will definitely love her channel, so I'll link her down below. But anyway, I put together a little list of things that I thought we could chat about, things that I just personally don't see myself buying into in 2024. However, there is always the possibility that I may change my mind on any of these things. I reserve the right to change my mind on any of these things. However, I just don't see how it would fit into like my personal style and sort of what I enjoy wearing. But you never know. So please keep in mind, this is all for good fun. This isn't meant to offend anyone. If you like any of these trends, I feel silly that I have to make this disclaimer. But if you like any of these trends, and I don't, that's great. I'm happy for you, really. So yeah, I've just noticed a lot of things sort of trending at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024 that I'm just not that down for, so I thought we would share it and have a little fun chat, so let's do it. The first trend that I will not be buying is Tabies. I feel like these are just having a moment and I am so happy for the people who love Tabies. I feel like the girlies who wear Tabies are so chic and so fashionable and like so funky and cool, and I really like would love to be that, but I'm just not. But I think with Tabies, they are just ugly. There you go. There's the honesty. I think they're ugly personally on me. I don't think they look bad on other people though. Like on other people, they look kind of cool. So it's just a me personally thing, but I genuinely think that they would look absolutely hideous on me. I don't think there's a single version of them that I would see myself buying. Not the boots, not the ballet flats, nothing like that. I'm gonna try in my people-pleasing ways to just say my opinions and not give a million disclaimers about it, but yeah, they're not for me. They're just not for me, and I think they're low-key very ugly. The next thing that I wanted to mention was like one of the first things I thought of when I thought of making this video, and that is trendy prints. Like prints that are of the time, right? They're usually very, very quickly like coming and going. So if you think back to like 2021-ish, it was that sort of like wavy checkered print that everyone was wearing. I was definitely purchasing so many things with that print. I did see somewhere, I think my friend Alexa said this. She saw someone say that like the wavy checkered print of 2021, 2022 will be like the chevron that we look back on that we enjoyed back in, I don't know when that was, 2012. And then after that, probably again like 2021, 2022, it was the fruit print, which I still do love, but it was just everywhere. Like all of the trendy websites had these fruit prints and it was like fruit bathing suits, fruit totes, fruit sweaters, fruit pants, like everything was fruit. And then it was kind of like it shifted into sort of this like vegetable print where it was like farmers market vegetables, sardines, fish. That was definitely right around the summertime last year. And then it was bows. Bows have like taken the world by storm and I love it. I love bows. I did DIY a bow sweater and I'm like probably low key by the time you see this, like gonna have a bow tattoo. I just love it. I don't mind the trends themselves. I'm just gonna try not to buy so many of the things when they become trendy because then I end up with like just way too much. And now I've noticed that it's like rats. Rats are very popular, like rats on shirts, rats on jewelry, and like I have a little bit of personal trauma with rats. If you don't follow my vlog channel, you probably don't know. But in 2018, 19, I lived in an apartment that was infested with roof rats. They were crawling in my ceiling, they were crawling in the air ducts, they were crawling underneath the bathtub when I was in it. I could feel it. That was really fun. I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, all of these like super trendy the Trendy Prints. I just think I will probably abstain from for the most part, unless I find them secondhand, because I just don't see myself enjoying them in the long term. Like, it feels now like if I wore something wavy checkered print, it would be almost like out of style, which is silly because who cares? But that's sort of like the pattern of how these micro trends have gone. So probably gonna avoid those for the most part. Next up is ponchos, like particularly the sweater ponchos. I've seen a lot of those, like the sort of cowl neck ones or the turtleneck ones, or even just like V-necks or whatever. And I loved a poncho back in the day. Let me tell you, in the early 2000s, I was rocking the ponchos. I'm not opposed to them at all. I just think that I personally wouldn't get a ton of wear out of them. I thrift a lot of like sweaters and jackets, and to be honest, I barely get wear out of those just because of how warm of a climate I live in. So it's mostly a temperature thing, although I would see how if you had like a short sleeve underneath it, or even a sweater slash a blanket, so like just like have your arm out of the sweater. But maybe I'm changing my mind as I'm filming this. In my mind, I'm thinking like flare jeans and clogs, and so that could be very much just like my 90s, 2000s brain, and that's how I had always seen them styled in the past. But yeah, I probably won't be wearing any ponchos, although there are some really, really cute ponchos. My friend Caroline Tucker, who has an amazing YouTube channel and Instagram, she wears some of the cutest ponchos. I just simply don't think I could pull it off. I think that she's a fashion icon and a legend, and I am simply not. Okay, next is something that I actually don't even know what these are called, but I wrote them down in my notes as orthopedic looking flats with straps, Skechers Mary Jane sneaker flats ? I don't really know what these are called, and I do think that most of the time they're by Skechers, but I just think these are the ugliest shoes in the entire world. I'm so sorry, I don't like them. If you like them and they work for you, or if they, you know, help with foot pain or whatever, more power to you. I really have no judgment at all whatsoever. I just think it's like specifically around here in LA where I live, and usually I can like spot it in public. It's like, you have a Pinterest. I know you have a Pinterest because I've seen outfits like that on Pinterest, and you look cute as heck, but it's like you can tell that someone has a Pinterest, you know? It's like something about the diagonal straps and like the sort of mesh material, and then the very like curvy like rubber sole. I don't know, it's just, it's not for me. I don't see why those are even a thing. If you have them and love them, definitely let me know how you style them down below, but they're just not for me. That's basically all I'm trying to say. The next thing that I have on my list is something that I don't find anything wrong with, but it's micro trends that are like different aesthetics. And I think all of these are really cute, I have to say, and everyone who wears them looks so adorable. I just know for me personally, I will end up with a bunch of this stuff in my closet and not get good wear out of it. So things like clean girl aesthetic, the mob wife aesthetic, the quiet luxury aesthetic, the eclectic grandpa aesthetic, the bloke core aesthetic, the whimsy goth aesthetic. There's literally too many to name. Sometimes I just have to laugh because I feel so very old when I hear about these. I'm like, what is eclectic grandpa? But also, is that my style? They are just so quickly, you know, coming and going that I don't really see longevity in any of these things. And I'm sure there are a lot of different pieces and items that I could end up styling in multiple different ways. But as far as like thrifting for specific aesthetics for me, number one, it's not really possible just because of like size availability in thrift stores, but also it's just not something that I see fitting into my own personal style, and then also just kind of like lasting a long time in my closet, like I mentioned. So I do think they're really cute, and I feel like in the past I have definitely bought into a lot of these aesthetics a lot more. I'm just trying to limit what I buy that's like super trendy. So while I may, you know, thrift individual items from time to time and add them into my closet, I wouldn't necessarily go with like an entire aesthetic, if that makes sense. The next thing that may ruffle a few feathers, I don't know, you never know on the internet. Sometimes it's like, wait, you're mad about that? But something that I will not be partaking in 2024 is buying like super expensive, trendy, sustainable brands, because I always end up buying these pieces and I'm like, I'm investing in this nice piece, and then I wear it like 1 or 2 times and then it's like very expensive and it takes up space in my closet. I would just rather thrift, to be honest. If I'm looking for something that's trendy or even something that's like a staple piece, I'm just gonna probably thrift it and look into buying buying something with like really nice materials, like this sweater for instance. I thrifted this sweater for like maybe $10, and it's like a nice cotton sweater. It's vintage, it's durable, it's got the nice vintage tag, and if I were to buy this from some sustainable brand, which is incredible that they exist by the way, love that for the planet, it would probably be like $200, maybe more. I would rather just go for something that I can thrift that's very affordable, that I know that if I don't wear it a ton, it's not that big of a deal, and I can either donate it, give it to a friend, resell it, whatever. The next thing is Mismatched Prints. I'm seeing a lot of this on like Pinterest and just amongst the fashion girlies in general, and I think they look so fabulous in mismatched prints. I just think that I would look very disheveled and like I got dressed in the dark, and that's not what I'm going for. I know it would just look silly on me, and sometimes it's like you just have to have the confidence to wear something, and I totally believe in that, but other times I feel like if you don't have that peace of mind and like that comfort with what you're wearing, you're always kind of self-conscious and you're like hiding yourself and you're not just like owning it. So in my brain it's like, no, this has to match or else, or it has to be, you know, in the same family, or it has to be like print on the bottom and solid on the top, or whatever the case. Like I don't mind mismatched colors or like color blocking outfits or monochromatic outfits or anything like that. It's just the like floral print on top and like camo on the bottom or whatever it is that I don't really love. Although now that I'm thinking about it, that might be kind of cute. So maybe I'll try that. But you know what I'm saying. The last few trends are things that I've noticed in kind of like the beauty space, like their beauty trends, hair, whatever. And the first one that I cannot wait to get off my chest is micro bangs. I'm so sorry, they're just not for me. I totally love and appreciate a micro bang. I think that it looks super chic and like kind of funky and artsy. And I think that there are so many people who do it so well, but they're just not for me. I don't get it. It's not for me. Could you imagine me with micro bangs? Like, please be so honest right now. So while I love them on other people, like I think that there is an element of that sort of like French girl, almost like artist kind of chic look to it. It's just not something I could ever see myself partaking in. I'm being so honest, but like love the girlies with the micro bangs. Fight on, soldiers. You're doing amazing. I'm just being so honest. That is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. The next thing is thin eyebrows, like very, very thin eyebrows. I've noticed that a lot, and I do think it looks really cute on some people, but I just know it wouldn't look great on me. I already have such light colored, sparse brows as it is. I have to really like fill in my brows and use a lot of brow gel and product, and I get them laminated and things like that. And I've seen the kind of trend moving away from those like super fluffy, kind of like brushed up eyebrows, which I personally love. And then now it's kind of shifted to that like early 2000s Pamela Anderson, very skinny brow. And I just have to say, as a millennial and a former over tweezer, it's just residual trauma. That's all. That's the only reason I feel this way about it. I know many, many people who are in my generation or even a little bit older who have permanent like hair loss because they over tweeze their eyebrows to death. I simply need as many eyebrow hairs as I can get because I don't have many to begin with. So yeah, that's not as much for me, but I would love to find something in between, like something in between the sort of like big, super laminated, like brushed up eyebrows and then like the tiny, skinny, thin eyebrows, like maybe just like a medium brow is kind of what I'm going for these days. So it's simply not for me, babes. It's not for me. Okay, I'm almost done, I promise. The last couple are just more hair because I have opinions on hair and I have a microphone and you don't. So you're gonna listen to every word I have to say. The short bob is something that I don't see myself partaking in because, to me anyway, it gives a little bit of Willy Wonka, it gives a little bit of Lord Farquaad. It's just, especially the kind of like just really curled under, it's like all one length and it kind of all goes under like that. I do think it's really cute on a select few people, but I do think a lot of times it just looks like Lord Farquaad and I can't get it out of my head. So it's not anyone's fault other than Lord Farquaad. I'm seeing just a lot of like big haircuts and cutting that very sort of like symmetrical French girl bob, which I think looks so cute on so many people. It would just look so bad on me. I have a gargantuan sized head, like it's actually scary. Sometimes I have to like order hats that are like specially made for really large men's heads. So I just have a big ol' noggin and I just know that it would not look great on me. I would be giving like a little bit of mushroom vibes. It just wouldn't be cute, you know? And then last last but not least is the sort of mullet shag haircut. I've seen these everywhere, and I just need to say that they look so good on so many people. I just think on me it would look so tragic. Like, I am just simply a classic hair girly. I'm still like not over the Utah curls. I still love those. I talked about that in my outdated trends I still love video, and I will probably do another one of those very soon. But yeah, I just like am a classic hair girly. I do love trying out different things with like accessories, and I just feel like I would look very, very silly with tons of layers and like a shag, and I do think that it looks so good on so many people. Like, I see it and I'm like, okay, wait, I'm interested in that, but I just know for a fact it wouldn't look that way on me. I would be really struggling with how to style it. I know like in 2022, 2023, it was kind of like the wolf cut, and now we're just straight into shags and mullets, and I do think it looks good on guys. Like, I actually kind of am a little bit team mullet on guys now. I don't know if that's like the Tennessee and Arizona in me that's coming out, but I do think it's kind of hot. But at the same time, it's also kind of Billy Ray Cyrus, so you'll have to let me know your thoughts on like the mullet slash shag haircut down below. But unless I like join a rock band or something like that, I don't see that happening, because I just don't think it would look good on me. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? So anyway, those are some trends that I will definitely most likely be avoiding for 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Let me know in the comments below, like I mentioned, if there are any trends that you yourself are not going to be buying into, things that I missed. If you want to see another one of these, definitely let me know. I think it's good to continue the conversation about trends and kind of steer away from that and steer more towards just like dopamine dressing. Nostalgic dressing for me is a big one. Just dressing in a way that gives me like serotonin, really. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.